Good afternoon, Woodman. Well, yeah, today is rainy. Rainy, and it's going to be rainy for a long time. There's a huge typhoon coming, heading for Taiwan and China. But some predictions say that it's going to turn around and it's going to be very, very big. Who knows what will happen? Who knows? But no rain, no major rain yet. It's still very far away. I've been cycling yesterday. What a beautiful weather it was. You're on a bicycle, cycling around along the river. You can feel it's the right temperature. You don't need to sweat or be burned by the sun. And it feels nice, and birds are singing, and it's morning. Very, very perfect. Look at these funny flowers. They're hungry. No, I haven't been to beach since I bought the bicycle. Now I'm cycling. Yeah, no, I just love cycling and geocaching. It's like a new hobby that you don't have time for the other hobby. Last time I went, they were still renovating the beach house, so I think now they must be finished. But when you cycle, the geocaches take you to so many different places. Yesterday I cycled so much. I went to the caches I couldn't find before, and then I found them, almost all. But there was, of course, some that I could not find. I went to that castle. So I was at that castle 2 weeks ago. Like a abandoned castle, and I discovered the caches that were planted there, but someone planted another one last week, so I went and I was the first person to find it. So that's quite rare, when the stuff gets posted. Everybody goes to do the first to find log. And I cycled around a few rivers. Look at this. Perfect landing. Ooh. I put few out. But it was in the Mount Fuji's forest. No one has logged it yet. Unfortunately, no crazy geocachers to come yet. Although the trail is pretty easy. And it's actually a trail. Except the last cache is at the bottom of a cave. You need to go down the ladder. Not sure who's gonna do it. Are there any brave people? Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, last year I planted one at the very big waterfall where no one can get to almost. One person logged it. That was it. I wonder if that cache is still there. It was kind of like under an overhang by the waterfall. Some people, they put like 500 caches. It's crazy. What are they, walking with big bag like Santa Claus and sticking them here and there? Yesterday I found a cache. It was at the side of the railway, but the ants made nest in it. The whole log, I took out the whole log, there were ants on it. I managed to sign it and put it back. Do you remove it? No, I mean, the whole point is once you have a log in that cache, you sign it, and then you see who else found it and signed it. I mean, well, you have to put the log back, right? So if another person finds it, they can sign it. So that's the minimum the cache has, is the log. But the bigger caches, you know, there's just treats there, various objects. Oh, gentleman ghost. How do you take anything? Okay, so I rarely take stuff, but sometimes I take trackable. You know, the special objects with serial numbers, and they are tracked on the website. So, you know, if it's a teddy bear or some keychain, you look it up on the website and it tells you where it's supposed to go, and you just move it from cache to cache. It's a fun, you know, you can have the teddy bear taking photo in front of Mount Fuji or things like that. It's amazing, you know, some of these trackables, they went from middle of United States or somewhere in France or Germany, and they keep on traveling. Sometimes, you know, people do repair on them, because, you know, after like 6 years of being exposed to elements, maybe something needs fixing. Or if they lose the serial, but you know which one it is. The biggest worry is someone will trash it, right? Because they'll think it's trash if it gets blown away by wind. Or sometimes, you know, the container falls out of the place where it's installed. Yeah, well, yeah, the online tracking process came later. Because today everyone has an internet in their phone, and the phone also has GPS. So, and the phone also has maps. So you just put the phone into the, you just use the phone, right? You don't need to use a GPS receiver. You can just look on the maps, Google Maps. It's sometimes overlaid. You can overlay different maps, like open street maps, Google Maps, topographical maps, whatever. And then you also sign it electronically on the phone. So the owner gets message. Yesterday I got really funny messages. There was one geocacher that found my caches, and he was so annoyed by the mosquitoes. I think he gave up finding it. He said he will come again. Or one cache is overgrown, you cannot even see where it is. What's the whole point of it? He found different access to it. Were no muggles there. Do you guys know the Were No Eagles There movie? The caches were no muggles there. And the muggle is, to the geocaching world, the people who are not geocaches. Like, it came from Harry Potter. It's a muggle. Hide your magic. Don't show it to them. So you sign it in the log, and then you sign it electronically, and then it's, everybody knows who signed it. I think I look more at the logs normally when I open the container. Some people draw funny pictures. Some logbooks are big as textbooks, so you can write your story in there, and maybe the owner comes back and checks these. Oh, it's just landed. Fresh acorn. They are scary when you do geocaching close to this tree and the stuff falls down, and it's like, what? Yesterday I was at a Buddhist temple, and I went up there, and the coordinates pointed to some side shrine or temple, and I had to record numbers, but I could not do it. It was the second attempt. I've been there maybe 2 or 3, maybe third attempt. And what happened was I finally found the place. It was some kind of a grave or memorial at the side, but the number was written in Chinese characters, and it was at the back of the stone stele. And I got it, and then I punched the numbers in, and I solved the puzzle, and that unlocked the coordinates, and the coordinates led me to the graveyard behind the temple. I will have to climb a hill, and then it pointed to some tree, but I still couldn't figure out which tree was it. Is it this one or is it this one? They all look very alike. It took me 15 minutes to find it, but I finally did it. You should have 10 yen coins, and each person finding the cache only takes 1 yen. Yeah, you could do it. Sometimes people put different countries' coins in there, maybe tourists. It's funny. But no one wants to take coins because they're heavy in your pocket, unless you collect them. Oh, I was checking the prices for a gardener. If you want, you have, I think, 1 day of having your garden looked after is $300. pretty pricey if you have a garden. You could make a fortune. But I guess you have to know how to cut the trees and what to do. These Japanese sculpted trees are tricky. 300. That's expensive. Well, if you sit there under the hot summer day and sweat, maybe it's worth it. That's just one day. Then you have to call for a gardener to do the cemetery plot. I'm sure that's for sure $200 or something. 300 a day. Yeah. I don't know. It all depends if you can stand the heat or the conditions of the climate. Oh, butterfly. But I sometimes see those gardeners, they spend so long time at one tree because it's a pine tree, and he has to clip those needles and some parts of it, but not all parts. And they do it, and it's never-ending job almost. They come the next day, and for another $300 maybe. Grave grooming company, I'm trying to square it for grave. There we go. Now we're talking different strategy here. Yeah, some of these companies, they have well, I think it's just sometimes one guy. He has that a tiny K car that he drives around with ladders, trimmers, saws, clippers. They often have some kind of a shelving down at the back of that car, and he just parks, takes his equipment out, and off he goes. And the tools in Japan are pretty nifty. Makita, they make lots of tools for construction, drills, but they also have the weeders, clippers, what do you call it, automatic clippers, for hedge. The batteries are pretty good. Their stuff works. Vacuum cleaners, blowers, solid stuff. But not cheap. Yet it's pretty serious. I mean, even these parks, some companies probably subcontracted. All they come is just mow it. Now they are leaving the grass. It's even easier for them. Gardener. Yeah, I'm sure if you had money to do it and enough people interested, it would be possible. But some of these gardeners are experts. They know exactly which time in the year to trim, what to do with what tree. Oh wow, look at this. Looks like edible mushroom. Or maybe not edible. No, I think that's poisonous. I jumped the gun. That doesn't look like... No, that's poisonous. Nice mushroom though. I've touched it with my fingers. Will I die? Hopefully not. And of course they have jumpsuits. Some people have stuff growing, next to the road, right? Like a hedge or trees, where you have to go and trim them. And when it's summer, you trim it once, and like in 2 weeks you have to come back and trim it again. Yeah, that one, the blade at the bottom and spotted hat, most likely venomous. Most likely. Not venomous, poisonous. Sometimes, some mushrooms you can bite a little bit and see how it tastes. If it's like bitterish or something, that's the bad one. It was nice that the mushroom just grew. I think it's because the temperature is about 23 Celsius and they love moisture. It's a mushroom picking season. Unlike the fluorescent mushrooms at Mount Fuji, there were these weird mushrooms growing at this, collapsed trees that no one clears. They get covered with moss, and these mushrooms, tiny mushrooms, were growing there, and they almost look green. And I was thinking, maybe at night when you go there, they all glow. Or maybe there are sometimes activities with like an expert mushroom researcher. You go with that guy. He will tell you everything about every single mushroom. What is good, what is bad. Even the things you think are that's a baseball or some softball. Even the things that you think are poisonous are probably edible. Then there are the ones that are kind of semi-edible. Like if you eat too much, you get poisoned. But if you prepare them the right way, you won't. It gets too complicated. What is this? Sunflowers? Scary. Yeah, mushrooms are big risk. I mean, there's so many mushrooms in Japanese supermarkets. I don't think anybody knows how to pick things here correctly. Do you even pick them? And my parents in Canada do. They figured out, yeah, this is the same mushrooms as in Europe. We just have to wait, and we know the spot. So they go and pick them from some park in the city. But if you don't know, you better be safe and not eat them. You don't want to die. You can only make a mistake once. Too risky. Go to the supermarket. And also they're very cheap in Japan. The mushrooms are there whole year round, like shiitake, enoki, eringi, and a whole bunch of like shimeji. There's so many. You can never be short of mushrooms. Yeah. Deliciousness. And you can also buy the wood logs and grow your own shiitake, for example. They grow on wood, decomposing wood. It's a fun activity. I once did it. I had this decomposing wood in my house in a bag, and the shiitake were growing on it. Very cool. And you can buy the kits from DIY stores. You can go for shiitake or some other types. No, they grow them here. It's just so cheap, you know. If they imported them, that would cost a fortune. I mean, how long can you hang on to the mushroom before it goes bad? A few days probably, right? So they're all farmed pretty much. I mean, if you can grow your own on a log at home, then you can imagine mushrooms all year round somewhere. Mushroom factory, mushroom farm. Truffles, you know, I heard there are truffles, but of course it's secret, so. And they are very expensive. And don't you need like a pig to smell them out? If you go to expensive restaurant, you can find the truffle meal. Maybe it's worth it. Yeah, the truffles. The truffles are. I think they're actually growing underground. So you need some kind of a. I heard pigs can sniff them. So if you have a trained pig, they can find the places, and then you dig and you harvest them. But every time they have some kind of activity on TV, but I don't watch TV much, but they always keep it so secret. Everything is blurred, so you can never find the place for real. Buy a truffle smelling dog for $20,000 or something. Must be a pricey animal, pricey pet. Yeah. All the spiders are gone. They somehow disappeared too soon. It's still warm, but this was a big spider web here, maybe 6 meters all over this triangle. Some leaves are hanging now on it. The great cool-off didn't happen. Usually after that osmanthus fragrance, the kinmoxae smell, the sweet smell, the spiders disappear because it gets too cold and winter comes. But right now it's so tropical. I don't know. Just don't know. Oh, one spider left, but it's a tiny, not a very well farmed. Oh, there's another one here. Can never focus on these things. I would need like a very expensive camera with macro lens. The phones of the future will be able to do it. AI will be focusing for us. These are all maple trees, but they are still green. Oh, one more web here and a spider. Now maybe the spiders still have time. Maybe it was because of the strong wind last week that has shaken them. Away. Crickets are buzzing. So peaceful. No one's here. If it's wet and rainy, people just sit at home. This looks like it's gonna fall. I think the park is going to come in. What does it say here? One side is watch your head, the other side says hornets. But I don't see any. Still see some hornets flying, but maybe they are enjoying the last of their lives. Somehow I didn't see the big ones, not so much as other years. Some plague is coming. Invasion of grasshoppers probably, because hornets didn't eat them. You never know. Or caterpillars. Or these hairy caterpillars that give you rash. Those are terrible. Terrible. Oh, some leaves are falling down. But I think the changing colors comes next month. Maybe the end of the next month. There was a hornet's nest. I don't think it's here anymore. Oh, over there. Do I dare to see? Last time they were still flying. They put a tape around the tree where they have a nest. What's low temperature at night there now? 15, 16. Actually, last night was 20 or 19. It goes up and down to 16, 17. It's not bad, but a little chilly sometimes. All right, I don't see any. Oh, I see them. They're still flying. Gosh, these guys. They look like the lesser hornet, not the big hornet. Let's see. They're coming from the left. In the roots, they have entrance. Just right there. Oh no, this is the great hornet. Oh, sorry. I mistook them for the lesser kind. Gosh, that would really suck if you walked there and stir them around if you didn't suspect there's a nest. Oh, another one is taking off. Wow. They fly towards me. There must be a food source there. There's one standing on guard, I can see. Scary, yeah. But you know, I went in hiking like this in the thick forest. Oh, another one is coming. Oh, that's a big one. Somehow lots of them are coming outside. Oh, they're going in. I went in jungles, and I never somehow encountered them. Interesting creatures. Let's try to flank them. Oh, one took off. Another one. Gee, that's a biggie. They're like helicopters. Where's the guard? I don't see the guard. Is this the maximum? Yeah, it's the maximum zoom. Yeah, the hike to Mount Fuji. No, I don't. They in that climate they don't work in that climate. It's pretty like higher altitude and cooler. Hornets are tropical. They love like very hot days, plus 35 Celsius, and oh, right there, landed. And they don't hang out in dry environments. Oh, more of them are coming out. Wish I had a better zoom. Maybe from this part I can. Alright, where are they? This is the entrance there in the center. One is on the guard, you can see the little orange head. Oh, they are flying almost in my direction. How do they manage to find space? These ones, they somehow love making nests underground. Must be a good strategy. Oh, another one left and another one. Gee, so many of them are coming and going. Oh, one came back. Coming back. Coming back again. Like Tokyo Station. Coming and going. Yeah, tropical. You need tropics. So whatever there is hot, they will come. I don't think they will ever make to Canada. It's too cold. Too cold. They will be pushing their limits. Just imagine if you go to the southern countries here, these hornets are even bigger. Incredible. Incredible. Do they always build nests in the... No, sometimes you see it in a tree. Oh, another baseball. Sometimes you can see them in the tree. It's pretty big. I mean, massive nest for a successful colony. I mean, they maybe smell where people walk, or there are some, however they evolved, they will never make nests somewhere where people are interfering. But maybe I didn't find any in the mountains because these kind of wasps, they love tropical environments. Anyway, I gotta get going. Thanks guys for coming. Another baseball. My gosh. So take care, everyone, and enjoy your future Monday. Keep safe. Take care, Woodman. Take care, Gentleman Ghost. Bye for now, everyone. Scoping down.